Well, as if it hasn't been a crazy enough Big 12 week already, now Penn State is coming after another Big 12 coach. This time, it's Iowa State's Matt Campbell. Welcome into the Open for Business Big 12 podcast. I am your host, John Kurtz. Please like and subscribe. I talk Big 12 football all week here on the channel, and what a week it has been, my friends. Kalani Sitake was heavily pursued earlier this week by Penn State. He wound up turning it down after BYU threw the full court press. Even the Cookie Man, the Crumble CEO, getting involved, turning into a great internet joke throughout the week. But Penn State did not stay quiet for long. Eventually, everyone seems to come for Matt Campbell, and now Penn State finally has, after a mess of a coaching search that has included not just months of searching, but multiple high-profile misses on different coaches. There was even Jeff Brom earlier this week from Louisville who opted to stay instead of go to Penn State, and that's how the Nittany Lions finally made it down to Matt Campbell. So let me show you, if you're saying, John, are these internet rumors? I don't necessarily believe you. Here's what I got for you. It's some of the biggest news breakers in the sport that are on top of this right now. So Pete Nakos, Brett McMurphy, and I always forget, Chris Lowe. That's right. Chris Lowe is also at On3 now. Those three, those are three of the absolute best newsbreakers in the sport. They all right now say that Penn State has shifted the focus of its coaching search to Iowa State's Matt Campbell. The two parties have been in communication in the last 24 hours. It seems like the general consensus and idea out there right now from folks who have been generally in the know on the coaching searches on Twitter. Now, typically reporters here, but a bunch of different accounts all are kind of sharing this general idea that, this is who Penn State is targeting right now. It sounds like there's more or less an offer on the table at this point for Matt Campbell from Penn State, and it will just come down to, does he actually want to take that job? So these are tense times if you are an Iowa State fan. I don't think I need to explain that to anybody. The stakes are very high, just like they were with Kalani Sitake and BYU. I think it's a very similar situation where Matt Campbell is worth a lot more to Iowa State than he would be to Penn State. Now, look, he could be amazing at Penn State. I think this would be a phenomenal hire. And Penn State's athletic director, Pat Kraft, would basically be just stumbling into this one after a bungled search, which is kind of crazy. But he must have some sort of luck to him if he is going to land this guy. But Penn State can still find other qualified candidates. And not that Iowa State can't. But you'd be, I think, taking a bigger swing, looking for some upside. Penn State has the resources to attract a higher level of candidate that could win here. But Matt Campbell is so perfectly suited at Iowa State, man. It's just like Kalani Sitake and BYU, right? A guy who's just so emblematic of the spirit of Iowa State and Iowa State fans, what they are about, the culture of that place. And he is so important there because Iowa State is not a place that's swimming in money. Jamie Pollard, the athletic director there, has sounded the alarm multiple times about potentially needing some subsidized, some subsidies, some funding from the university, or finding some way to step up and fund athletics up to at least the full revenue sharing level, or else he's even said it. Do we want to be that, or do we want to be Northern Iowa? This is not a place swimming in a bunch of cash. I don't know how much they can pull together for a counteroffer, but the point that I'm making here is I don't know that they'll be able to have a top 3 or 4 of the Big 12 roster in terms of spend every single year. And that's why it's so important to have a guy who coaches his butt off the way that Matt Campbell does. And he squeezes more blood out of a turnip, as the old saying goes. He squeezes more out of that roster than what appears to be there every single year, this year included, when they won 8 games and went 8-4 with half the starting defense from day one gone by midway through the season, right? It's incredible what Matt Campbell is able to do with the culture that he's established there. Even when it looked like he lost it and there was the gambling scandal and he lost his quarterback, figured it out, built it back up. This guy is responsible for so many of the best seasons in Iowa State school history. Obviously, 2024, the best season in Iowa State school history, but he's on the best 3-year run ever in Cyclone history right now. If you just go pull up Iowa State football year by year and start looking at it, it's crazy what it looks like in the Matt Campbell era compared to the rest of the history. In fact, I'll just do it for you right now here. We can all look at this together if you need to visually see the impact that Matt Campbell has on this place. Okay. I mean, look, 8-4, 11-3, 7-6. You see all the 8s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and then the 11 here from Matt Campbell. Before that, 3, 3, 2, 3, 6, 6, 5, 7, 2, 3, 4. You know, I mean, 0, 3, 4, 3, 6, 5, 6. Point taken here, right? Matt Campbell is very, very important to this football program. Now, he's given Iowa State a decade. It's hard to complain about that when he's had so many opportunities to leave. I think this one is definitely scary because he's a guy that is certainly geographically from Big Ten country. That's always seemed like a place that would be of more interest to him than like an NFL job, or like when there were, Brock Purdy told the story once upon a time about USC getting involved there and him kind of talking Matt Campbell out of taking the USC job. That, culturally doesn't seem like that much of a fit. There were rumors about the Arkansas job earlier this cycle. That certainly doesn't really feel like a huge fit for Matt Campbell either, right? Especially the other thing, Arkansas is just kind of a mess of an athletic department, it would appear right now. And not that Penn State is putting on a tremendous display of a well-oiled machine athletic department at the moment, but I don't think it's quite what things are like at Arkansas. So this one, because of that, does, I think, pose more of a threat. Ultimately, though, like Matt Campbell has turned down good jobs. I know it's the joke all the time that Matt Campbell gets mentioned for every single job. I don't think a lot of these have been highly publicized, like what has actually been on the table there for him. I think he's turned down multiple very good jobs before. We already saw Penn State was confident that it had Kalani Sitake locked down, and that did not work out. BYU was able to throw the kitchen sink at Sitake, not only financially and NIL spend from a roster standpoint, but also just throwing a love bomb is what Kalani Sitake said. His wife called it a love bomb from everybody to convince him to stay. Iowa State seems to, if I'm just reading the tea leaves on Twitter at least, Iowa State seems to be doing the exact same thing right now to try and pull Matt Campbell back in. Now, I'm recording this at about 7 o'clock, 7:15 p.m. on Thursday night. So depending on when you see this, I would just say check Twitter to see if there's an update, because this could change really quickly. But this was such a big deal. It was happening as I was already sitting here getting ready to record something else. So I thought I might as well hop on and do this too to get you up to speed if you're not paying attention to all this right now. But this week in the Big 12, man, Kalani Sitake almost takes the job at Penn State, decides to come back. Chris Kleiman suddenly retires. Joey McGuire signs an extension and will now get paid nearly $7 million per year. Hasn't happened quite yet, but I anticipate tonight K-State will make the Colin Klein hire official. We had the all Big 12 teams come out. We've had the playoff rankings come out, and BYU was still left outside the top 10, which is ridiculous. This has been an insane week. Some of this is just the college football calendar, right? And everybody complains about how much is going on and we have all these problems. Some of it is that, there's just a bazillion things happening right now, and it's taken a lot of shine off of the Big 12 championship game. But I'm excited to talk to you guys from there. I am headed to Arlington and AT&T Stadium for that, so hoping to be able to just hop on and do a stream right after the game. I'll find some way to get content to you no matter what, and we will definitely be talking soon. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're on audio platforms, make sure you rate and review. I appreciate you immensely, and thank you for being here. Take care.